Okay, so we're going to go through a couple of the arc measure examples here. So the first one here asks us what the arc measure of BC is in degrees. Now BC is the arc that goes from here, where B is, all the way over to here. So it's this minor arc, because it's less than 180 degrees. Now we know that this here is 155, which means there's a vertical angle here, and the angle BPC is also 155. So because these are vertical angles, and then 155 is the central angle here, you know that BC is also 155. So the second question asks us for ABC in degrees. A, B, C goes all the way around. This is a major arc because it's more than half the circle. A, B, C. So I know that this angle is 69, and that means that this arc BC is also 69. I also know that AB right here is half the circle, so that's 180. So I should be able to do 180, which is half the circle, plus the 69 degrees, and that gives me 249. Next question here asks for AB in degrees. AB is this arc right here, so it should be the same as my central angle right here. So I do know that this is 38, so I'll need to add 38 and whatever my central angle here is. I also know that this is 93. So 93 is going to be a vertical angle with the other part of the circle here. So I actually can find more information about this example, so I'm actually going to write it out on the notes here so that you can see each one. So all of these are going to be arcs. So I'm going to try and find what AB is, what BC is, CD, DE, and EA. So we're going to find everything, even though I only need to find AB, just to go through this example. So first of all, DE is also 93, because it's the same as the central angle. BC is also 38. Now, in terms of my other angles, it looks like CPE right here, this segment that goes through the center of the circle, is a diameter. So that means that this is half the circle. So I should be able to know that this is 180 minus 93 gets me my angle right here. So if I do 180 minus 93, I have 87. So that means CD is going to be 87. Now, I also know that that is vertical with the angle right here. You can also see that AD is a diameter, so I could do 180 minus 93 to find this, or I know that it's a vertical angle here, and that that's also 87. So the last one I'm left with is AB, which is what I need to find. So again, you could add these all up and subtract from 360, because all of the angles together need to be 360. You could notice that 93 here should be vertical with these two, so these two should add up to 93. You also might notice that AD is a diameter, and if I do 180 minus 87 for CD minus 38, I could find AB as well. So you have a lot of different options at this point. I'm going to do 180 minus CD, which is 87, minus 38, and I get 55. So that means that AB should be 55. Let's keep going. So a similar example here. Let's delete out my answers, see if I need to change any letters. So I have an AB, BC, CD, DE, and EA. So I'm going to do this just like I did the last question. Now there's some information that's given up here. It says that APE and EVD are congruent, and they're marked here in the diagram, so we know that these are the same. I know that AB is 136, so I'm going to write that down. I know that BC is 74, so I'm going to write that down. Just a reminder, if you have an angle in the center, it's the same as the arcs here. So other angles here, I know this is 42. So these two are the only two that are left, AE and ED. we know that they're also congruent. So these all must add to 360. So I can subtract 360 minus 136 minus 74 minus 42. I get 108. So that means DE and EA together must add up to 108. Because they're the same, I should be able to divide 108 in half, and I should be able to figure out that these are both 54. Now, the question asks us to find BAD. So BAD is going to be BA plus AE plus ED, all of these together. The other way I could have done this is I could have just done 360 minus 74 minus 42. So I'll show that both ways here. So the first way, if I do BAD, so I add 136 plus 54 plus 54, and you get 244. The other way I could have done this is 360 minus 74 minus 42. You end up with 244 either way. So you have more than one way you can solve these questions.